What's up, everybody? It's your boy Wes Grant. You're watching Urban Nerd, this channel where I give my nerd views on today's nerd news. Well, I'm gonna start off with a little bit of MCU news. Okay, let me just clear it. Thanos is gonna be the baddest mother effer in the MCU. Sorry, I'm just, like, doing a little Samuel Jackson impression, Nick Fury, whatever. But yeah, Kevin Feige spoke out at Comic-Con Experience in Brazil, and he via report from CBR, and he's aware of fans' feelings about the MCU's villains not meeting up to par, and he assures everybody that that they won't be disappointed. His exact words are, within the first 5 minutes of Infinity War, people will understand why Thanos is the biggest, baddest villain in the MCU. Now, as far as my feelings on that, he better. You've been building this dude up for how many years now? The MCU is how many movies in? It's like 17 movies of the MCU. There's probably going to be more by the time, probably like 20, 21 by the time Infinity War comes around, because you got Black Panther. Isn't there another one? I'm not sure. But regardless of the fact, Thanos better be what you build him up to be, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't know, like I do like the villains. People feel like the villains from the MCU aren't really threatening. They're threatening, but they're just throwaways, and a lot of them are. Most people just look at Loki as, oh, he's the best one. Loki is he's a villain, but he's not like super bad guy. He's in like, I mean, he's a good one as far as you understand him, you feel for him, like, and the best villains are the ones you could kind of understand. But he's more like, he just wants to be in charge, you know what I'm saying? He's not like so evil, he's trying to kill people. He lets that happen, but he just wants to be in charge, like the king. But as far as Red Skull, I like the Red Skull. Zemos, I actually like Zemo as much as, you know, the storyline of Civil War was kind of a lot of holes, but Zemos, he was a very, like, his reason for doing that was because his family died. You didn't realize until later when he just kept listening to the last recordings of his family, and like he just planned it out as far as just making the Avengers basically just turn against each other, and then like he's the only one that actually was successful in his plan as far as bad guys. He won. Even though he got, you know, I don't know what happened to him at the end of it, but he got what he wanted, as opposed to all these other villains. So I don't know as far as, like, you know, Thanos, I think they're just gonna make him so badass from the trailer to do one-hitter quitter the Iron Man suit. And I'm not sure if that's Tony inside that suit. That might be Pepper Potts, because she's worn the suit before, and that would be real tragic if she gets either killed or coma by Thanos, and that would show how big and bad this dude is. Like, he just don't care. Because something's got to happen. Everyone thinks someone's going to die in the Infinity War, which most likely there's someone is, but I don't know who. But yeah, so Thanos being the biggest, baddest, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing that, because Thanos in the MCU is, or not even MCU, in the comic world, like, he's a big bad, like, he's always on top. He's fought Galactus, he's fought so many godly people and just come out unscathed. But he's come out in general. He's survived dwarf stars imploding like black holes. He just is a survivor, so he should be one of the baddest guys to beat inside Infinity War. If they actually beat him, like, I don't know. We got the Avengers 4 movie, so who knows what's supposed to happen with that. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think Marvel's gonna do us good. Now we've got some other news as far as with DC. And it's with Matthew Vaughn is in talks with DC. In a recent podcast from IGN UK, director Matthew Vaughn confirmed that he has been in talks with the DC and is interested in helping out the struggling DCU, you know, after the not so successful Justice League movie. Even though I'm still repping it, you know what I'm saying? I'm still repping that Justice League, because I did enjoy the movie. It wasn't the best movie, but you don't compare it to Marvel movies. Compare it to DC movies, and it's good compared to DC movies. So that's how you got to look at it. But yeah, as far as Matthew Vaughn, I think he might be good. People, like, I've heard talks, you know, from sources that he's thinking about like the old school Adam West kind of Batman because he's thinking about, I don't know, that doesn't work in this whole DCU. But I do like some of his work. As far as you got First Class, the way he rebooted that, it was great. You know what I'm saying? I believe he's the one that did Kick-Ass 2. Or not 2, but Kick-Ass as well. And I believe like that was pretty good. So I think he could do good with the DCU. It's just the fact that as long as, you know, they have some good direction, because all these plans for different movies, Martin Scorsese's 1980s Batman and this and that, I just don't know, you know what I'm saying? Like I just want to see a good DC movie again, you know, like follow up with a great movie, not just put out slates of movies that people don't even trust that's going to stay the same thing, because you put out slates all the time but don't follow through, you know what I'm saying? So as far as that, Matthew Vaughn, hey, he could work. He's a good director, so I think he could do really good in the DCU if they let him, you know, kind of follow his vision. You know, the way he did it with First Class. You know, like you trust him as long as he doesn't do some crazy Adam West stuff, like that crazy talk. I don't want that. But do what you did with First Class, reboot that thing, do it good, and we'll be happy. Then next we've got also with DC news, James Wan says that there was never 3 villains in an Aquaman movie. There's only 2, and that is Black Manta and Ocean Master. There's only those 2. So all these other talks of maybe there's a 3rd one or whatever, he says that's false. I didn't hear about the 3rd one, but hey, if you guys want to know, those are the 2 villains that are gonna be in the Aquaman movie. Black Manta is definitely a badass dude. Like he looks a little weird with that head, but if you've seen gameplay for Injustice 2, the dude is sick as far as fighting that. If anything, I'll put a link down below for you to see some of this gameplay let's do, because like he's crazy. Plus, if you've seen him in I guess Young Justice, he was badass in that too. He's like, even though he looks weird, he's a ruthless killer. I've seen like in some of the comics, the dude is ruthless. He just don't care. He's what they call, the dude has no chill. You know what I'm saying? But as far as that, the 2, hey, I'm looking forward to seeing an Aquaman movie. We'll see what DC does. You know, James Wan, I've trusted him. He's a good director. He's pumped out some good things so far. So hopefully this will still be good in the DCU. Next, we've got Haley Steinfeld wants to play Batgirl. And Haley Steinfeld, she's a good actress. As far as her playing Batgirl, hey, she's a good actress. Anybody that's a good actress should play Batgirl. She looks a little young, so I don't know how it's supposed to play, because with the DCU, I don't know what the timeline is supposed to be. I don't know if it's supposed to be a Batgirl just becoming Batgirl, or she's been Batgirl for a while, or if they're going to be doing a flashback, and then how is she going to be incorporated, because, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know how the DC's working, but she's a good actress, so maybe, you know, as long as she can keep up. Yeah, I want her to be doing some badass moves. I don't want her to just be looking pretty wearing a Batgirl suit. I want her to be kicking ass. You know what I'm saying? Kicking ass. That's what I want. I want her to be doing moves like, what's it called? Ben Affleck was doing in Batman vs. Superman in that warehouse scene. You know what I'm saying? I want her to be just going all over. The way they portray her in the Arkham Knight video game. And then now, that's pretty much the end of the DC, you know, news, whatever. So now we're going to talk about Paramount, which you don't really understand what I'm saying. But Paramount announced plans, a couple months ago. Just give you like backstory. Paramount acquired the rights to like video, how do you say, like board games and toys. No, they acquired the rights to toys, which includes some sort of board games and stuff like that. So Paramount announced plans for the 3rd G.I. Joe movie, which I know you guys been so clamoring for that one, right? But yeah, the G.I. Joe movie, and put the release date at March 27th, 2020, titled just G.I. Joe. No other news as far as a cast or director, but it's gonna happen. He also making plans for adaptation of the late 70s Mego Takara toy line Micronauts. That's supposed to be like coming out October 16, 2020, and it's supposed to be basically produced by J.J. Abrams' production company, Bad Robot. which you guys know, like Fringe. That's one of my favorite shows. That was produced by Bad Robot. But also, they plan on making a Dungeons and Dragons movie. And that I'm kind of looking forward to, because you know what? That could be sort of like the Game of Thrones, Lord of the Rings kind of thing, because the magic and like sorcery, I really could see that coming out really good. This, as long as they, you know, follow good directing, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want them to portray it good, because they've tried it. And the World of Warcraft movie, people thought that was going to be the sort of thing, but it didn't kind of live up to what people expected. It did make money, especially overseas. It made money, but it wasn't what people wanted or expected it. I guess it was overhyped. I don't know how you say overhyped, but because people are just looking for a good video game movie. And the only one that I see that happening is probably Lara Croft, the Tomb Raider movie. I'm definitely got my fingers crossed for that. But, you know, Assassin's Creed, that failed, that flopped. World of Warcraft didn't flop, but it didn't live up to expectations. So, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, Micronauts, I don't know too much about that, but apparently it's a pretty good thing. But Dungeons and Dragons, definitely want to see that happen. G.I. Joe, I want to see G.I. Joe with Transformers. You know what? Forget the Michael Bay. Reboot this thing and put them in. It just, they work, because in Transformers movies, they have like military stuff like that. And like, you have Cobra and all this stuff. I think that would be awesome if they do that. G.I. Joe with Transformers, that's how you do that. That's how you reboot everything. Just merge them together. So that's what I want to see. Looking forward to it. I don't know as far as these movies individual, but we'll see how that thing comes out. And then last of all, we've got J.J. Abrams. When the movie The Last Jedi came out this Friday, that was the same time when J.J. Abrams pitched his Star Wars episode to Disney. If you guys didn't know, I mentioned it like probably last week's thing, but yeah, or not last week, a couple weeks ago, where J.J. Abrams got brought in after Colin Trevorrow got kind of stepped away from directing episode 9, and they wanted Rian Johnson to direct it, but except he didn't do it. People was wondering why, but now we know it's because they gave him like a trilogy of his own, like a spin-off. He like that has nothing to do with the main characters in the Star Wars universe, so he's going to be writing the trilogy and then maybe directing one, or he doesn't know what. But J.J. Abrams taking back over, which I'm kind of happy with, because you know what, there were some things people didn't like about The Force Awakens, but you know what, as a director, he's learning. He's going to learn that he's going to take people's info. That's what you do. Like this with me. You guys give me info. If you tell me there's something you don't like, I'm going to try and work and do a little bit better to make you guys happy. And I think that's what J.J. Abrams is going to do. So I'm looking forward to seeing what he does, how he wraps this all up, and because there's a lot of controversy as far as Rian Johnson's movie. Some people hate it, some people love it, but all in all, it's not like Force Awakens, where a majority of people liked it. And then, there's a few people that didn't, said it was too much like a New Hope. But this one is very indecisive. So you guys definitely know I'm going to have a review for you guys when I actually watch it. I'm not sure when I'm going to watch it, but I'm going to watch it soon. I'm most likely going to see it in D-Box, where the seat moves and all that, and feel the vibrations, because I definitely want to see those, in the starship fights. The seat's going to be moving, and every laser shoots, I'm going to be feeling it. I might take my boy, for his birthday with a gift or whatever, but hey, I'm going to give you guys that review. But that's pretty much it as far as, by the way, the code name is Black Diamond. So if you hear any news about, Black Diamond, that's actually code for the movie being made. That's the Star Wars Episode 9's code name. So Black Diamond, here we come. Because a nerd's best friend isn't a black diamond, is it? No. I don't think so. But regardless of the fact, thank you for, watching. Remember to tell your friends. Remember, comment. Let me know what you think. Remember to share this. Do whatever you want. Remember, I'm here for you guys. That's why I do this. And remember to subscribe to this little new logo banner thing that I've got here. And check out Last Nerd News. And check out the playlist for the Nerd News. And remember, I'm Wes Grant. You've been watching Sub Urban Nerd. And you've just been nerdified. Catch you guys tomorrow.